the inaugural NBA Pioneers Classic between the Bucks and the Celtics. The game honored the league's first black players, Chuck Cooper, Nathaniel Sweetwater Clifton, and Earl Lloyd, who were all in attendance to watch the Celtics beat the Giannis-less Bucks. Jaylen Brown led the way with 30 points and 13 rebounds, and now has a career-high 26th 30-point game this season. The Bucks fell to 3-14 without Giannis in the lineup this season as he continues to deal with a right calf injury. The pace would have them at the bottom of the league. His coach, Doc Rivers, was a guest on Countdown yesterday and had this to say about Giannis's potential return to the Bucks despite all the trade talk.
Giannis has said everything that we need to hear, that he wants to be a Buck, he loves the city. And that's all I can go by as a coach right now. Giannis is going to play. I think Giannis is going to come back and play at some point. We just don't know when that point is. And then on the big picture of that, if he's here, then our job is to put the right people around him so he wants to stay here. And that's important. Giannis wants to be healthy. That's what he wants. He wants to get in the playoffs healthy, and he wants his team to be healthy. And I think that's what Giannis probably thinks right now.
Well, that's certainly hopeful thinking by Doc Rivers. We welcome in Shams Charania, our senior NBA insider. So, Shams, where do things stand with Giannis right now?
George, as of this weekend and going into Monday here, a few days out from the NBA trade deadline, the Bucks have been listening and engaged with interested teams, especially the teams that are aggressively pursuing Giannis Antetokounmpo. And they have started making counteroffers to the aggressive proposals made. Look at teams like Miami, Golden State, New York, and Minnesota as the most serious suitors. Giannis has been ready and is prepared for a trade, whether it's at the deadline or in the offseason. But the big thing now, before Thursday, is will a team hit the Milwaukee Bucks' price threshold? That's been indicated to me as a young blue-chip talent and or a surplus of draft picks. They have between now and Thursday to see, can someone reach that plateau? And if not, you run the risk-reward of going into the offseason when more picks could become available. But that is when Giannis will essentially be entering an expiring year on his deal that will give him a little bit more ability to dictate and determine where he could end up. But there's no doubt, George, this is what the entire NBA is waiting on. This is a massive domino because Giannis has an impact not only on the four teams most seriously pursuing him, but then a layer of other teams and other deals as well.
Yeah, it could be a lot of teams facilitating potentially in that scenario. Shams, don't go anywhere, man. Thanks for the info as always, though. Appreciate it. All right, speaking of Giannis, now on ESPN.com, our NBA insiders laid out 6 potential trades for Giannis with Thursday's deadline looming. All right, so the Warriors, the Knicks, the Heat, the Wolves, the Sixers, and Cavs are all detailed in the article. Shump, I'll ask you this. What team interests you out of those?
You know, I had my dreams and I had my thoughts. And then Brian goes out and says that the Warriors could potentially get him as far as what they have going on. And I want to see it. I'm not one of those guys that's like join forces and move him to go over here. I love the loyalty that's involved in the NBA. I love the rivalries. I love that. But I want to see it.
Okay.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I'm not going to be a fan.
Right.
But I want to see it.
Okay, fair enough. Now let's talk to Bobby and check in on how that could actually happen if it indeed were the case.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's actually probably the cleanest trade out there where it's only 2 teams with Golden State and Milwaukee. And remember, Giannis is making $54 million, so you've got to have the money matched. This is a second apron team right below it. I know Mike Dunleavy Jr. has said no Jimmy Butler, unlikely. If you're going to do the math, it's either Butler or Draymond Green in this situation. We're going to put Jimmy Butler in there. And then you add a player like Jonathan Kuminga. Salary purposes, we're adding Kyle Kuzma. Now, here's Shams was saying as far as the surplus of draft picks, 26, 28, 30, and 32 first-round picks, potentially 4. They also have swaps there. When you do a type of deal like that, that actually works.
Wow.
And as you could see, it's really, these are 4 unprotected first-round picks when possibly Steph Curry is no longer on the roster. It sounds great for Giannis in Golden State. It is certainly a significant risk going there. And if you're Giannis, you're saying, well, who else am I playing with besides Steph Curry?
Wendy?
Some of these teams who can make these offers can improve their offers over the summer. Like the Heat can offer more draft picks. The Wolves can offer more draft picks. The Knicks can offer more draft picks. This is the most the Warriors can offer. The Warriors have the incentive to do the deal now. Also, you don't know how many postseasons you're going to get left with Steph. You want to get as many as possible. So to maximize your return on this, you want it now. The Warriors are highly incentivized more than any of these other teams to try to close this week.
Now, Bobby, there's been a lot of chatter online linking Giannis to the Bulls. What would a trade like that look like, and how could it even happen?
Well, Chicago has 8 players on expiring contracts, so if you're looking at it, certainly with Giannis, but then also you have players like Josh Giddey, Nikola Vucevic, who's on an expiring, Kevin Huerter. Here's the one thing that Chicago has also. They've got draft picks. They've got their own 4 in the next 7 years. They also have a pick from Portland here. I think if you're a team like Chicago or any of these teams that we have not heard about that have all these assets, it's kind of like in-house recruiting. You go out and you trade for the player, and in the next 4 or 5 months, you try to recruit him to stay and sign that long-term extension. It is a significant risk to do that. We did it when I was in New Jersey with Darren Williams. We traded for him. There was no assurance that he could stay. You make some trades, high-risk trades. It costs you certainly down the road here, but certainly Chicago, just because they have 8 expiring contracts, and as we said, they do have a young player like Josh Giddey in the mix there.
All right, fair enough.
Hey, man, I don't know if it happens, but we'll take him in Chicago. We'll take him.
He has had some chatter in the past. There's been some stuff though around Chicago.
Yes, and what you're referring to is online is that the prediction markets. Sometimes they know. Bobby and I are not aware of this, but the prediction markets are hot on the Bulls right now.
We can't present better weather. The weather's similar. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's only a 70-minute drive.
Oh, but it's a very nice city, though.
Still getting close here. Under 72 hours away from the deadline. And the moves are already being made. The Cleveland Cavaliers traded away DeAndre Hunter to the Kings for Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. The Hawks also traded guard Beat Krejci, to the Blazers for Dwap Heath and 2 future second-round picks. So with the trade season kicking off this weekend, it's only right to check the temperature throughout the rest of the league with our favorite meteorologist, Brian Windhorst.
All right, let's start what you just mentioned there. Let's start in Cleveland, where the weather is also not good this time of year, Shump, but that's okay. Obviously, the Cavs make this move with the Kings and the Bulls. They are on the market for making another deal. Now, it may be as simple as trading Lonzo Ball, who now is an extra piece that they've traded for Dennis Schroeder, so that they can open up a roster spot for Naquan Tomlin, their two-way guy. Or it may involve trading one of their core pieces, which they have absolutely tried to tell everybody they don't want to do over the last couple of years. I think the key is they don't seem to be in love with their chances right now. That's what I think to take away from it. Let's go farther north to Minnesota, the upper Midwest. What do you want me to say? Okay, they are in the game for Giannis. And unlike some of these other teams, that may not be as aggressive, when Shams says an aggressive team, he's talking about the Wolves, because they're out there recruiting 3rd and 4th teams to try to improve their offer to see if they can get Giannis. If they don't, which I think it's a long shot, you could see them looking at making a backup deal with a guard. Okay, let's come out here where it's warmer right now, down the road in Inglewood, the LA Clippers. The Clippers have a bunch of expiring contracts. They have been one of the hottest teams in the NBA over the last 6 weeks. They could look to be a buyer at the deadline with some of their expiring money. They have set their team to have salary cap space in 2027. That means they could use some expiring money to try to add a piece to try to get out of the play-in zone. And the last place I want to talk about is Dallas. I am not going to talk about Anthony Davis. While I do think it is possible there could be something to develop between him between now and Thursday, Dallas is looking at other deals and thinking about Cooper Flagg in the future. They want to clear off some of the money they have committed next year so that they can rebuild around him. Look for them to make a deal or two non-Anthony Davis related to clear off future money by the end of the week.
All right, what do you think, gentlemen? Bobby?
Well, I think Dallas is certainly going to be a team to watch. This is a team that's going to be in the second apron next year, and I think if you can make some cost-cutting moves right now, basically get your finances in order and not wait until the offseason here.
Hey, man, I just want to make sure that we get to see this man playing Golden State. As long as I can see that.
That's all you care about right now.
I think that's all I can do.
They are not on the watch.
Cooper Flagg followed up his career-high 49-point game by scoring 34 in a loss to the Rockets. That makes 4 straight losses for the Mavs. Head coach Jason Kidd has taken some criticism from using Flagg in the point guard role, and the topic came up again on Saturday.
Coach, you get a lot of national criticism for playing Flagg at point guard. But over the last 2 games, he's been
the criticism, that's your opinion. You guys write that. That's not that. I've done this. I've played this game. I played it at a very high level, and I know what I'm doing. But I don't get what you guys write, because you guys have never played the game. And so I've built players, so I know what I'm doing.
Okay then, coach. So Jay Kidd was fined $35,000 by the league for criticizing, officiating, and profanity there, as you could see. So, Bobby, what did you make of what Jay Kidd said?
I felt like I was back in the New Jersey and Brooklyn front office here. I mean, that is the pit bull I remember as a player for 7 years and as a coach for a year. And it felt like I was back in those personnel meetings when he was a coach. We were going over who should fit this roster. That's the Jason Kidd I know.
Hey, man, that's my favorite player growing up. I'm waving the flag because this is the Cooper flag for me right now. I'm going to wave it just because I did have questions about an early on thing of saying, why are you guys playing him at point guard? You know, it's out of position for him, and now I see he just wanted to force him into that rhythm, and I should have trusted him. He's my favorite guy. So my bad, Jay Kidd. 4 F-bombs, I counted.
Hey, it cost him.
We believe
it cost him $35,000.
Yeah. Hey, man, sometimes you gotta pay what's due to make sure that your star feels that way.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so Flagg has brought the ball up on 17% of the Mavericks' possessions this season, second most on the team behind only Brandon Williams. Well, speaking of the Mavs, where were you 1 year ago today? Shams shocked the NBA world just after midnight on the East Coast with this tweet. The Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. As of today, it has over 115 million views. So Shams, take us back to that night. I know you and I have discussed this on the side too and on my radio show, but what stands out the most to you now looking back at all of this?
George, I don't think I've ever been as focused as to not having a typo in my life than I've been with that tweet. Because, that's the one thing that irks me with everything. But I was like, I can't have any issues with this tweet. And then the other thing, honestly, it took me 7 minutes to when I got the first heads up on this and then to confirm it through 5 sources. And then I put it out. And then just how much my phone blew up to the point where literally I felt like it was malfunctioning. Like I literally had hundreds of text messages, call upon, when you can't even look at your phone and open your home screen because you just have call after call because everyone had the same question. Like, is this real? Are you okay? Did your phone get hacked? Are you in trouble? Did someone take your phone? Like the amount of questions, I think people felt concerned for my safety. I think people felt like I had been tampered with, but thankfully I was good. And I put up a follow-up tweet afterward. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure everyone's good. Everyone knows this is a real thing. And I think when I put out, yes, this is real, I think people felt even more so that I had been harmed or that something had happened. So.
Listen, I remember being on a plane to Milwaukee, and I was one of those probably thousands of people that texted me like, yo, you good? So I get it. So, hey, Shams, thanks for the time as always, brother. Appreciate you.